Platforms Index for 2 categories. We have also received the prestigious Scotch Award for Project Wave and SMA Collection Proclivity Predictor. Bank has been continuously awarded by State Government of Tamil Nadu as the best bank under SHG linkage for the last 15 years. As we look ahead, our commitment remains steadfast to deliver unmatched customer service, ensuring every interaction is built on trust, ease, and excellence, and the journey continues. It all started with a great vision to give India a bank it can proudly call its own and trust. The vision transformed into reality on 15th August 1907 with the establishment of Indian Bank as a part of the Swadeshi movement. The journey that started on this day has only progressed to help India bank seamlessly across the globe. Indian Bank's first branch was opened in Madras, Georgetown, and soon the network began growing rapidly. Reaching people in urban and rural bends across India, we served them with deposit products and loans. Bank foreign operations commenced with a branch in Colombo in 1932, followed by a branch in Singapore in 1941. Over the next 37 years, we added branches and offices to serve our growing customers. And when in 1969 we were nationalized, their continued patronage put us on a path of splendid growth. Indian Bank's logo, with 3 circular arrows, was approved in July 1978. We brought the very first drive in ATM of India in 1990, inaugurated at the hands of Dr. C. Rangarajan. And as we stood strong at a business crossing the 75,000 crore rupees mark during our centenary year, we pressed the accelerator and reached many milestones. Got listed on the bourses at 91 rupees, having a face value of 10 rupees and a premium of 81 rupees. Indian Bank also concentrated on financial inclusion and opened a branch in Dharavi, Mumbai, and soon after, Indian Bank established itself as a technologically robust bank. As a bilateral relation gesture with the government of Sri Lanka, Jaffna branch was restored in order to support peace and harmony in the region. In 2019, the Government of India announced amalgamation of Allahabad Bank, a bank with a legacy of 155 years, into Indian Bank. This historic merger marked a new chapter in Indian Bank's journey, making it twice as good. Harvard published its first case study on the merger of 2 equal-sized banks. Our bank launched a novel, unique and innovative business mentoring program MSME Prerna, first of its kind to empower entrepreneurs. Bank's Project Wave has brought cutting-edge technology and IT infrastructure to the heart of our operations. With our cross-border payment services and an omni-channel app, we ensure a seamless user experience for customers across the globe. With innovations like InSmart, our omni-channel mobile app offering distinctive features like customizable dashboard, budget planner, spend analyzer, and many more. Along with InCash Optima and the supply chain finance platform, we've made banking smarter and more convenient. To ensure our customers enjoy smooth and efficient services, Indian Bank has launched 121 digital journeys and product and processes. As on 31st March 2025, Indian Bank proudly crossed a remarkable milestone, recording total business of more than rupees 13 lakh crore and a net profit of more than rupees 10,000 crore. Our bank has received numerous awards and recognitions, including receiving award in the EASE 6.0 reform.
A very good evening to everyone present. It is my privilege to warmly invite our distinguished guests to kindly come up to the dais and join us. I invite Professor Tenmuri Kamps, Head of the Kamps IITM Fintech Innovation Lab, Mr. Anuj Kumar, Managing Director of Kamps, Mr. Benjamin Ambrose, Chief Information Security Officer of NPCI, Mr. Srinivas Rao, Senior Advisor at IBA Indian Banks Association, Ms. Kirti, Joint Director, Cybersecurity and Fintech, Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, Mr. Suvendu Pati, Chief General Manager at the RBI, is joining us virtually today, and we warmly acknowledge his presence. I also invite Mr. Mahesh Kumar Bajaj, Executive Director of Indian Bank, and Mr. Binod Kumar, Managing Director and CEO of the Indian Bank. Thank you to our esteemed dignitaries for joining us on the dais. We are grateful for your gracious presence. It is indeed a moment of pride and celebration as we gather here this evening to mark the grand finale of the INNOVISION Hackathon, a landmark event that was jointly organized by the Kamps IITM Fintech Innovation Lab and Indian Bank. Over the past days, this platform has brought together brilliant minds, ignited ideas, and nurtured the spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship, the very essence of thriving digital India. Let us now commence this evening's proceedings by invoking the blessings of the Almighty, and I request everyone to kindly rise for the prayer.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் மதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டனிதில் எக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு திரை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
வந்தே மாதரம் வந்தே மாதரம் शीतला सस्यश्यामला मातरं वन्दे मातरम् शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्
With divine grace upon us, let us now symbolically dispel the darkness of ignorance and spark the flame of knowledge and progress. I invite Mr. Binod Kumar, Managing Director and CEO of Indian Bank, to kindly come forward and inaugurate the evening with the ceremonial lighting of the lamp. I also invite other dignitaries to please join them. Sorry? May this flame reflect the brilliance of every participant and inspire a future illuminated by innovation. I now invite Professor John Augustine, co-principal investigator at CAMPS IITM Fintech Innovation Lab, to come forward and extend a warm welcome to our dignitaries with a token of appreciation. I invite Mr. Anuj Kumar to please come forward and accept the token of appreciation. I now invite Mr. Benjamin Ambrose, Chief Information Security Officer of NPCI, to please accept the token of appreciation. Mr. Srinivas Rao, Senior Advisor, IB at Indian Banks Association. Ms. Kirti, Joint Director, Cybersecurity and Fintech at Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Mr. Mahesh Kumar Bajaj, Executive Director of Indian Bank. Mr. Binod Kumar, Managing Director and CEO of Indian Bank. Professor Tenmuri, Head, CAMPS IITM Fintech Innovation Lab. What began as a vision has now culminated in a celebration of ideas, codes, and collaboration. Let us now relive the highlights of the INNOVISION Hackathon journey, a story of passion, perseverance, and purpose. Now, let's move ahead and revisit our hackathon journey.
Department of Financial Services through Indian Banks Association advised PSU banks to conduct a series of hackathons in association with different educational institutions. Objective of these hackathons is to foster innovation in fintech and cybersecurity, to encourage innovation and prototype development, to promote the use of technology and digital tools, to provide opportunities for entrepreneurship. Indian Bank has nominated Shri Manish Kumar, General Manager, and Ms. Shanti SK, Deputy General Manager, for coordinating and organizing the PSB's Hackathon event. Indian Bank and IIT Madras collaborated to organize a hackathon event for the students and research scholars of the institute. An MOU to this effect was signed on 4th February 2025. The hackathon event was named as INNOVISION Hackathon 2025, Innovate to Elevate. Problem statements from fintech and cybersecurity themes were chosen for the Innovation Hackathon. Indian Bank executives addressed the students and briefed them about the hackathon problem statements and expected prototypes. In response to the Innovation Hackathon, 12 proposals under fintech theme out of 22 submitted ideas and 9 proposals under cybersecurity theme out of 11 submitted ideas were shortlisted. Each team was assigned with a mentor from Indian Bank and IIT Madras for developing the prototypes. Esteemed jury comprising of experts from the fintech and cybersecurity domains evaluated the final presentation and prototypes developed by the shortlisted teams. Final presentations were made by the teams before the jury on 21st April 2025. Indian Bank pioneered the prize distribution process in the PSB's Hackathon series by awarding the prize money to the winners of INNOVISION Hackathon event in the form of co-branded prepaid cards, RuPay cards. We welcome you all to the grand finale of the Innovation Hackathon event at IIT Madras. Thank you to the Indian Bank and IIT Madras top management and DFS and IBA for their consistent guidance and support in making this event a grand success.
I now would like to invite Mr. Anuj Kumar, Managing Director of CAMS. Mr. Kumar has led CAMS with his remarkable vision, strengthening its position as a leader in financial services through innovation and technology-driven solutions. We look forward to your words, sir.
Good evening, everyone. And I'm very thankful to the organizers, to IIT Madras, to CIFL, and to Indian Bank for creating this forum where we are able to come together and appreciate the work done by students in the hackathon. And when I was looking through the topic to be spoken on, I was asked to cover things about fintechs in terms of the problems they face, the challenges, the environment they operate in, and how they can be successful. And while it is accidental, this topic is close to my heart because when I came into CAMS. I used to work for IBM. This was in 15-16. I shifted into Chennai from Delhi. The term fintech was just getting coined. It wasn't really clear what these entities would end up doing. And after that, it's far more curated and nuanced. So we talk about fintechs, we talk about insurtechs. There are other nuanced segments of the market. But essentially, fintechs came in with the opinion and a position that most of the financial services industry across the world, not just in India, was slightly archaic, wasn't completely contemporary, wasn't so focused on the customer. And some of the ways of doing things, not the thing itself, but ways of doing things needed to be changed, and therein lies a large opportunity, was their opinion. I watched the space carefully for some time and take this area of, for example, KYC or onboarding of consumers, just doing a verification of somebody's Aadhaar, a POI, a POA, etc. And fantastic business models have got built in India today where video KYC is becoming contemporary. All the onboarding has now morphed to Aadhaar-based onboarding, whether you do it through the UIDAI or DigiLocker or any other way. And that was one segment which scaled. But when I look at many other segments, I think the fintechs have perhaps done the most fantastic job. I know there are some food delivery apps and startups which have done well and which have high profile. But the fintechs in the area of either creating online broking or onboarding facilities or advisory services for stocks or consolidation of portfolios, various facilities around credit identification. There's just so much work that has got done that it is impressive, and I think the juggernaut is still continuing. And for us in the traditional industry, it is important to learn from them. It is important to pick up some of these thoughts in terms of how they design. And what I particularly find fascinating is that in the fintech segment, nobody is really morphing the product. The core insurance product, the core banking product, the core loan does not change. It is exactly the way the bank produces it. It is exactly the way the insurance company produces it. But for retail consumers to interact with the same insurance company, with the same bank, with the same brokerage, with the same mutual fund, I think the interfaces which have got built are very, very intuitive. And I had the privilege of setting up the product management group in CAMS when I came in. And I was fascinated that when we brought in some of these younger people, there are many young people in this room, and we hired some of them who had educational qualifications from the IITs and the IIMs, etc. And they came and challenged our people, our traditional workforce, and said, look, why do you do these things in 6 clicks? Now, the beauty was that we were not even counting the clicks. We were not even counting the clicks, so it was tough for our legacy workforce to comprehend why it was done in 6 clicks. And anything more than 1 or 2 clicks was considered as friction, which means that the consumer does not like it. And if the consumer does not like it, how do you solve for it? I think it's just about the thought process that we carry. The more traditional workforce we come from, the more regulated we've been, the more security that we are conscious of, the less is the consumer convenience that we are thinking about. And I know that there was a large ATM revolution and there was a large digital revolution. But what the fintechs have done is that they've gone multiple steps beyond that and created an environment where consumers gravitate towards these loans, smart loan products. You can download an app and get a credit limit within 3 minutes. You can borrow against securities, you can borrow against mutual funds, and they've created aggregation. You don't need to be a customer of just one bank or one mutual fund or one insurance company. A lot of aggregation has been brought about, and that's fascinating. As we built our own product groups and our own consumer-centric assets in the company, I could see which way the wind was blowing. So for a long time, we pioneered this product called Loan Against Mutual Funds. And believe you me, it's a fantastic product. There is 50 lakh crore worth of individual mutual fund assets sitting in the country. Not 1 lakh crore has been lent against. It is the best form of secured lending for a bank or an NBFC. But the beauty is that we launched in 2018 until 2024. We did not find too many takers, which means that while the banks were interested, obviously nobody wanted to cannibalize their own personal loan portfolios or their own credit card lending. It was a slow start, and then some of the fintechs came in, and they tied up with multiple NBFCs, and we suddenly started seeing a scale up. I think it's a large opportunity in the country where the security of a mutual fund portfolio, which declares an NAV every day, and the lender can actually monitor it by the day. And if you fall, if there's a shortfall of security, etc., you can just sell the shares or sell the mutual funds all in a day's time. It's completely automated. And if the consumer doesn't have enough margin, he can pay up the margin. So those kind of products are now getting developed. CAMS is now perhaps the first entity in the country which is now putting together a product which will have both mutual funds and insurance policies. Now, insurance, does not have yet the capability of doing a daily NAV kind of product. They have surrender values, but surrender values don't always travel through APIs to our systems. We are trying to kill that problem and create a single product. So if Anush Kumar wants an advance of 1 lakh rupees and has some insurance policies and has some mutual funds, in 3 or 4 months from now, I'll be able to go to a single app, press, look at my entire portfolio, select assets against which I want the loan at 9.5 or 10%. I'll be able to borrow the money. The limit is set up within 3 or 4 minutes. And those kind of things have got built in the last 8 or 9 years. And the amount of, I think, consumer glue which has got created by the fintechs is completely amazing. I come from a technology and outsourcing background in IBM, but I could never imagine myself when I was new to the domestic consumer arena. I'd worked a lot serving consumers in overseas markets, not so much domestic. But just the sheer demand in domestic, the fact that consumers know their phones very well, they know the internet very well, and the internet packs are available for 100 rupees. The second-hand phones sell for 7,000 and 8,000 rupees. You penetrated the entire country, so there's no difference between a consumer who's sitting in Delhi or Bombay or someone who's sitting in Gorakhpur or Erode or Madurai. They can all access the same things with the same ease. But with success come challenges. And I think what I've seen is that a lot of times in the fintech world, there is this continuous tussle to work with legacy systems. How do you work with legacy systems? Can you have API-based interfaces? Can you get instant values? Can you get instant confirmations? Can you get instant transaction status? Some industries offer all this, some don't. In our own world, in the mutual fund world, it's an entire batch-based processing. So we wait till 3:30 every day. Till then all the orders come. Then we wait for 10 o'clock in the evening when the NAV comes. And consumers then get information basis whether we've got certainty that they've sent their money, we've got certainty that we have the NAV. That's when things happen. But today, when I see most of the apps, the ride-hailing apps are telling you within a minute whether the cab is going to come or not. The food delivery apps are telling you that the kitchen order has been given and the rider is now at the doorstep. So consumers now expecting from me, they're expecting from us that we'll give them by-minute status. We still don't do that, but I think the direction is becoming clearer and clearer that the consumer is king. Technology has to be used to facilitate things for his life. And the revolution which has happened in India, I think, is perhaps ahead of the West. If I take everything which is being done on the India stack, mostly around Aadhaar, around UPI, everything to do with digital transactions, verification, authentication, onboarding, etc. It's perhaps the most developed market, and this revolution has happened in the last 10 years. For fintechs, it's important to then watch out that they will have some heartburn and some frustration in dealing with the banks, because banks will think in a certain manner, with insurance companies because they will think in a certain manner. Also brokerages, stock exchanges, capital markets, all of them, health insurers, will have systems and processes which will not entirely match with the fintechs. I keep hearing we made investments in a couple of small startups, largely around the space, and I heard this term 3 or 4 years back of the startups license. And the startups license simply means that you can take liberties. You can take liberties, you can do something because the law is silent or regulation is silent, you can go ahead and do it. A company like CAMS or a large bank will never do it because you have an audit committee to face, you have risk management protocols, you have enough review and discipline, but the startups will. And you saw what happened about a year or two back in this entire area of buy now, pay later, or inducing people to download lending apps and then give them instant loans and then have some strong arm tactics to get the loan money back. So that's something that I think the startups, the fintechs, the insurtechs have to be conscious about on what they can do and what they cannot do. I remember that when the account aggregator framework was coming in and CAMS got a license, when you're trying to kind of link your own account aggregator account with your bank or your insurance company, we built two-factor authentication. Why did we build two-factor authentication? Because we built two-factor into everything. I joke in the company that even if I'm going to the lift and I want to press the button, somebody would have enabled a two-factor authentication because that's how security conscious we are. But when we saw a competition, nobody had built it. And then we read the guidelines and the regulations. The master guidelines had said you must have two-factor authentication. The actual regulation said a strong authentication protocol. So we rolled back two-factor completely. And again, it's about how you think and what's in your DNA. But I think it's a job for the fintechs to continue thinking about security, thinking about privacy, thinking about how data is managed, purged at the right time, deleted, encrypted, and lots of investments have to be made, which I guess are being made, but this segment will have to be a little more conscious that those things are being done at the right time. Talent continues to remain a challenge across the country. There was a time when I met one of the joinees in our company just before COVID, and she had some very fine offers from American consulting companies. And I said, why did you join us? And she said, look, Anuj, you gave me a product manager position. They were giving me a business analyst position. So she did not care so much about the brand. It was just the opposite way of how I would think, where I'd join the brand of my choice, even if I was called a business analyst and not a product manager. But she wanted to be called a product manager, so she came to us just spurning the offers from some of these large firms. So understanding how talent behaves, whether they are mobile, whether they will join your company, are they swayed by startup kind of ESOPs, are they swayed by large fixed compensation. I think that's one area where all of us have to be conscious, not just the fintechs and the insurtechs, in terms of understanding where to go and how to go. But I think largely, if you look at regulation, if you look at security, look at BCP, look at some of the I would say non-contemporary systems of the Indian financial services sector. You look at talent and your ability to manage talent. Of course, funding always remains a problem. And creating consumer demand is never easy because most of these utilities are free to the consumer. So you have to find a way. If you build a zero commission brokerage, nobody's paying you a commission. So you have to find alternate ways to build revenue. And for those 3 or 5 years, you have to be prepared that if the consumer is not paying you money, somebody else is. And who is that someone, and are they induced to pay you money or not? That's a big question. So difficult to do these things in your own money for a long period of time. And I think just the fintech funding topic, although in the last 2 or 3 years, it's a very well-managed topic and there's a lot of VC interest. But over a period of time, I think the most competent and the most fit will survive these markets. But I, in closing, would say that I continue to remain a fan of this segment. I see brilliant innovation happening. I see market practices getting challenged. I continue to hear this din on 1-click versus 6-click, and sometimes I think that I'm still not myself keeping pace with what I would think of contemporary consumer-centric design. I see, like I said, some of these onboarding companies, the insurtechs, the lending companies do brilliant work which the traditional industry did not do for many years. And they've created space for themselves. And sometimes it creates a very peculiar situation. And I heard of this peculiar situation when I was in an industry body because almost 85% of our company's revenue comes from mutual funds. And one of the towering figures in the industry said to me, look, Anuj, we are wondering why you get the valuations that you get. And I said, look, I don't control it. Valuations are given by investors and markets. But the funny thing is that in the capital markets in India, if you look at depositories, which are not the core offering, if you look at KRA kind of companies, the KYC outfits, you look at us as RTAs, you look at wealth managers, all of us are at the fringe of the industry. We're not the core industry. The core industry is the guy who's actually manufacturing the mutual fund. But they are not considered as valuable as we are. And it sometimes creates, I think, dissonance in people's minds on whether core is more important. It's just like a restaurant chain or a hotel chain not getting the valuation, but Zomato getting it. And you have to live with that dissonance, and sometimes there are no easy answers and no easy explanations. But I think as a nation, we've done great. This segment, most of the young people here, I'm sure some of you will go and find your own way in this world of morphing something or transforming something which is yet not transformed. My best wishes to you. My thanks to the organizers, especially Indian Bank and IIT and CIFL, for having organized this hackathon, and I'm pleased to be amongst you people addressing you, and would like to come back as often as I can. I'll close now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening address, which has indeed set a meaningful tone for the evening. Now, I'm privileged to invite Professor Tenmuri, head of the CAMS IITM Fintech Innovation Lab, to deliver her address.
So I have great pleasure that we are holding the INNOVISION Hackathon 24-25 here today. And in fact, Mr. Anuj Kumar of CAMS has already set the tone in terms of what's happening in the fintech industry. And we're very happy that with the support of CAMS, we have set up the CAMS IITM Fintech Innovation Lab at IIT Madras. And it's a collaborative endeavor. And we have been trying to focus on trying to look at in terms of propelling advancements in the area of fintech, and we're trying to look at in terms of real issues that are actually that the industry is facing, and faculty members, students, and other teams work together and trying to find solutions here. The lab has been mainly focusing on 3 dimensions. One is looking at high-quality research on unsolved real-world problems. Second, incubate innovative ideas, trying to encourage youngsters to come up with innovative solutions, and we are also developing a fintech innovation hub as part of the lab. Third, we also try to focus on trying to educate and disseminate knowledge in the area of fintech domain. Along with me, Professor John Augustine from the Department of Computer Science, as a team, we work together and drive these initiatives in the CAMS IITM Fintech Innovation Lab. So we from Civil have great pleasure that in welcoming all the dignitaries on the dais here today for this felicitation function, and also have great pleasure in welcoming particularly the participants, the various invitees, and as well as the student delegates and all others assembled here today. Just to give you a brief idea about, in terms of what the journey in which we came to this stage today for the hackathon. I think I'll say that our association with Indian Bank began in October 2024, where we started having some discussions in terms of what the CAMS IITM Fintech Lab can work on. And from there, the discussion started and started looking in terms of what we can do to try to work on real-life problems so that we'll be able to develop some solutions for some of the actual challenges that the industry is facing here. And from then on, we have been having several rounds of discussions. Particularly thank Ms. Shanti, who has been instrumental in these discussions here. And in February 2025, we signed an MOU and tried to see what we can do together here. And one of the first things that we thought is we'll also try to focus on coming up with a hackathon. And at that time, I think the Indian Bank Association also came up with several problem areas on which they are looking in for solutions. And we had some few rounds of discussions on the various areas pertaining to both fintech and cybersecurity. But then we finally decided to focus on one theme in each of the areas. So in the area of fintech domain, we chose the theme of developing a mobile app that enables us to install a financial environment which is controlled by the regulators, but the RBI or the regulatory body or NPCI, to secure online financial applications running in the customer device. I think that's a problem area that we have chosen, the area of fintech. And in the cybersecurity domain, we wanted the teams to develop a prototype for data privacy consideration on fintech platform. Having chosen these 2 problem areas, we did invite the various student teams to come up with for a data briefing, for a briefing on the problems on January. And then the teams were asked to give the proposals. So various teams came up with different proposals. Then jury from RBI, from Indian Bank, and as well as the other organizations, we shortlisted a few of them. And then finally, we feel that today we have come to the felicitation function. On 21st April, we had invited the shortlisted teams to come and make a presentation. We did have the jury from the Bank of India, from Indian Bank, from NPCI, and also as experts from IIT and others, and other industry leaders were there. And after the evaluation, now I think the team is very anxious enough to know in terms of what is going to be the outcome in both the domain areas here again. I think as part of the Fintech Innovation Lab, CAMS IIT Fintech Innovation Lab, I think the hackathon is one of the initiatives, and this is actually a beginning in terms of trying to encourage more fintech-related innovative solutions here. And we hope that the outcome of this hackathon, and we hope that we'll be able to incubate all the various teams in the lab, and we have also now seen the interest of Reserve Bank of India, fintech, NPCI, and all the other interested organizations to work with us in trying to mentor the teams. And also, I think we can also test the prototypes in the sandbox and then try to see in terms of how the solutions can be made workable here again. So we look forward that particularly I thank all the organizations here, particularly all the entire team from Indian Bank. I think we have been working together for quite some time in trying to put this into place and also make it workable. And we also thank the Reserve Bank of India, National NPCI, and Department of Financial Services, Indian Bank Association, and all others. Particularly, I also like to thank the mentors who are trying to mentor the team. I was very surprised, impressed, look at it. After shortlisting the teams, we also thought that this is a very difficult problem which many of them have tried and not able to find a solution. So we thought it's better that we identified a mentor who will also guide them. So for about a period of 1 month, I think the mentors were also providing some support, and all the teams which made use of the mentors have really done well. And I'm very happy. I'm thankful to all the mentors for sparing their time and being part of this initiative and trying to encourage the students to come up with a more workable solution also here. And I wish that as an outcome of this initiative, we'll be able to ensure that these teams, all the teams, particularly if they're interested, we'll try to mentor them and then also ensure that the solution that they have developed will be made workable and it can be used by the organizations after all the testing that has been done here. So in that sense, I think we are very happy to be part of this particular initiative, and we look forward for the further collaboration with all the organizations and also see in terms of how we can take this forward further in the future also here. So thank you all for being here and being part of this initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor, for outlining the inspiring vision behind this hackathon. We are honored to have with us Mr. Benjamin Ambrose, Chief Information Security Officer of NPCI. Mr. Ambrose has been at the forefront of ensuring the security and resilience of India's digital payment infrastructure. I invite Mr. Benjamin Ambrose to share his address.
Thank you, everyone. To all the dignitaries on the dais with me, and also to Indian Bank and IIT Madras, I extend my sincere gratitude for facilitating such a hackathon for the students. I'm going to talk about two topics today. One is about cybersecurity in fintech, and the other one is about cybersecurity as a skill set and as a career, right? Because I believe these are the two topics that both the fintech world and the students will care much about. So when it comes to cybersecurity in fintech, I want to reminisce 10 years ago, right, when the fintechs burst into the scene. I was working in a large multinational bank, right? I was based out of Singapore then. So the banks, the big banks, were considering fintechs as their competition, right? And so they were primarily looking at ways on how to nip them off when they are small. But very soon the banks realized that fintechs have a role to play in the ecosystem. So they came up with, at least the big banks came up with an innovative idea of setting up a sandbox and exposing their APIs that they have built over a number of years and exposing them to fintechs in a regulated manner so that the fintechs can come on board, experiment with those APIs, build use cases, come and partner with the banks again. And now I can proudly say, if you look at the GFF that happens in India every year, and also in other countries like Singapore FinTech Festival, you see the number of stalls and the number of footfall that you get in those festivals is phenomenal. And the fintechs that have started their journey 10 years ago, many have gone to become unicorns as of today, right? And this is a great testament to the fact that technology is driving the world. And with AI coming in, right, it is all the most interesting and challenging to see how this fintech space will evolve. When it comes to cybersecurity, I always tell this analogy, right? Whether you are a multinational company or a small mom and pop shop, the challenges that you face with respect to cybersecurity is the same, right? You still got to do your basics, you still got to have your investment and so forth. So when I was working in this large multinational bank, I was contemplating how smaller companies, fintechs, could afford the money and wherewithal to spend on cybersecurity. I've been a cybersecurity practitioner for more than 20 years, so my focus is always on cybersecurity. But later on, when I stepped on to a public cloud company, and I worked there for a couple of years as well, then I got the answer. Because I found most of the fintechs were digital natives, right? They were born in the cloud, right? So they didn't have the baggage of a traditional bank or a traditional corporate where they had to maintain on-prem based systems and so forth. So in public cloud, they had the flexibility of automating everything, right? Right from patching, right from developing their own tools, right? Whether it's a Lambda program, right? They can automate everything and anything, right? So they had a distinct advantage when compared to the banks. And favorably to the fintechs, they were not as stringently regulated as a bank would be subjected to, right? So they used this to their advantage, and they built behemoth of an organization, some digital natives at least. At the same time, when I look at their cybersecurity program, they were reasonably solid, right? At a fraction of the budget that a traditional bank or a traditional corporate would spend. So this was amazing to me on how these fintechs were innovative in their approach, in their budget when it comes to cybersecurity. So I still think, irrespective of the regulations that these fintechs has to abide by, if they are innovative, they can still be secure, right? That is my viewpoint. And secondly, I want to focus on cybersecurity as a profession, because I see a lot of students here. Over the past 20 years, I've been hearing this constant theme. There is a shortage in the market when it comes to cybersecurity skill set. Right? I don't know when that shortage will go away. Right? Even with AI coming in, at NPCI, we always talk about how to increase the productivity of developers, right? And our CEO talks about 5x productivity, 10x productivity, right? But when it comes to security, we think our jobs are secure, still secure, right? The reason why I say that is all these artificial intelligence tools, machine learning and other things, right? They can turn rogue any day, right? So as a practitioner, we feel that it is our responsibility to develop responsible AI, both in terms of security and the decision making that it does without any bias, right? So there is a bright future for cybersecurity professionals. I would implore a lot of the students that are gathered here to consider a profession in cybersecurity, because there is a huge deficit in terms of the demand in the market and the skill set that is available in the pipeline for us to hire. Right. So with those words, I would like to thank again Indian Bank and IITM for the opportunity, and I'll be sticking around if you have any questions after this session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ambrose, for your insightful address and for sharing your valuable perspectives. We are pleased to have with us Mr. Srinivas Rao, Senior Advisor at IBA Indian Banks Association. With decades of experience, Mr. Rao has made significant contributions to strengthening India's banking landscape. I invite Mr. Srinivas Rao to address the gathering.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, Team Indian Bank and participants. I'm more eager to see the presentations of the contestants, actually. So I will not take much time in speech. Only thing is 1 or 2 minutes on the role played by Indian Banks Association in this entire PSB Hackathon Series 2025. I want to briefly explain that. When we received communication from DFS on this organizing this PSB Hackathon Series 2025, I have to frankly admit that we are a little bit skeptical on this, how this will happen. So always IBA works on the principle of collective wisdom. So we formed a working group of bankers from each bank, from public sector bank, and we deliberated on that. The role of this working group was to shortlist the total 94 problem statements. We shortlisted to 15 statements. That is one major task done by the working group. Then secondly, we developed an SOP how to conduct this hackathon, which is a guidance document for all the banks. Then third one is an MOU is to be executed between the institutes and the banks. That is the major things we have done. The SOP covered all the finer points. Then in the first working group meeting, actually many of the banks were not having idea how to proceed. Actually here I have to specially mention the contribution of Indian Bank in this, because they have done a little bit work in advance. They met IIT Chennai. IIT Chennai is very experienced in conducting hackathons. So this experience came as a guidance to all other banks. So this helped us a lot. I especially want to congratulate the Team Indian Bank on this matter. Then every bank has to conduct one hackathon, in a month, one bank, and entire 2025, we have to complete all the 12 hackathons. Again, Indian Bank is the early bird in conducting the hackathon. That is also worth mentioning here. After the completing the hackathons, what? Is there any way of commercialization of these ideas? I think Madam may be having some thought on this. Already DFS is having some idea on this. So she may inform us what is the idea of DFS on this. Maybe all the winning teams, they may be brought together and how to commercialize these ideas. That is the thing. Once again, I congratulate Indian Bank team for organizing this event. Thanks Indian Bank and IIT Chennai for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your thoughtful words. We are privileged to have with us Ms. Kirti, Joint Director, Cybersecurity and Fintech at the Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Finance, Government of India. Ms. Kirti has played pivotal roles in driving important policy reforms. I invite Ms. Kirti to deliver her special address.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished dignitaries on the dais, all the bank officials, and students, media people, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to be here today at the PSB Hackathon 2025, Innovation, Innovate to Elevate, which is hosted by Indian Bank in association with IIT Madras and in association with Indian Bank Association. This hackathon was started by the Department of Financial Services to inspire innovation and problem solving across public sector banks. Our vision is to build a stronger, safer and smart banking system for encouraging collaboration between banks, students and technology experts. I'm also pleased to share that the winning team, this is just a thought, and we've been working on this with Global Fintech Fest, and we are planning that the winning team will be taken to Global Fintech Fest, where, as sir was speaking, that we would like to commercialize, and this is to be organized in the month of October, so fingers crossed there. I'm also proud to say that this journey began with Union Bank of India, which successfully conducted the Idea Hackathon in Mumbai, and that event brought together talented teams from various colleges. It was heartening to also see an all-women team among the winners. Such diversity and inclusion reflects the true spirit of this initiative. Following this, I think Indian Bank took the baton forward, and organize this remarkable hackathon here at IIT Madras. The energy, creativity, and commitment shown by the participants are truly inspiring, as we saw in the video. I believe that the solutions presented today will become a real tool to address challenges in the cybersecurity and fintech domain. And I'm also very glad to hear that the Indian Bank is distributing the prize money in the form of prepaid cards, which is promoting ease, transparency, and cashless experience, aligning with the spirit of digital innovation. These events are more than competition. They are platforms for shaping the future of banking. I would also express my sincere thanks to Professor Kamakoti, who unfortunately is not present here, Shri Binod Kumar, CEO, MD of Indian Bank, Shri Mahesh Bajaj, ED of Indian Bank, Shri Suvendupati sir, who is joining us remotely, and also big thank you to Srinivas Rao sir from Senior Advisor in Indian Bank of Association, and all the other dignitaries for their continued support and guidance. I would also like to thank all the students, faculty members, mentors, jury members, and organizers for their hard work and dedication. Our continued support for such initiative, coupled with collaborative efforts, will empower youth and transform banking landscape. Thank you. Jai Hind.
The Reserve Bank of India's commitment to fostering innovation has been a cornerstone for the INNOVISION Hackathon, guiding us to this remarkable milestone. We are deeply thankful to the RBI for their steadfast support. And now, today we have with us virtually present Mr. Suvendupati, Chief General Manager of RBI. Mr. Pati's contributions are instrumental in shaping the future of India's financial and technological landscape. I invite Mr. Suvendupati to deliver his special address.
Thank you. Am I audible out there?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah, so thank you for having me on here. I know, and the dignitaries on the dais and guests, and most importantly, the participants who has really come forward to participate in this, I would say, celebration of innovation. And so this is an exercise, hackathon is an exercise we really appreciate and see that these are one of the best ways to foster innovation in the fintech ecosystem and others. And it is the participants who make it successful more than anyone else. So they deserve a big round of applause for joining in and coming up with their creativity, their time, and we would see those talents nurturing in the years to come and days to come. I would say, I know a lot has been spoken. I would not like to add much to this thing, much to the discussion as such, but I'll touch upon 4 or 5 points as a in the fintech sector, which is very thriving and vibrant in Indian context. We at Reserve Bank of India, we have set up a dedicated fintech department, and which one of the key mandates of the department is to foster innovation in the ecosystem. As part of that initiative, we conduct many things, and just for the illustration and just for the information, I would take out 3 or 4. One is that we have set up our dedicated Reserve Bank Innovation Hub, which is headquartered at Bangalore and which is undertaking a lot of transformative projects, and which is also what we would say that fostering responsible innovation in a sense. We also manage the regulatory sandbox, which is the framework has been put in place in 2019, and we have completed 5 cohorts in the process of completion. And a lot of successful entities out of the regulatory sandbox have seen deployment in the market. And that is something which fills us with pride and feels good about that these products which are getting as part of this innovation fostering exercise are seeing the light of the day and ultimately getting adopted across the market segments. Third initiative that we really conduct and also conducting for the 3 editions is the global hackathon that Reserve Bank of India every year does. We just concluded the last round of hackathon in January, and this year we have witnessed 583 teams, including around 40 teams from across the globe, participate in there. And so we identify the problem statements and give really, really rewarding prizes, as well as we also conduct those mentorship programs, which helps build workable solutions, as Madam was saying some time back. So hackathons are an integral part of our innovation initiatives. And I take this opportunity to sound out the faculty members, researchers, as well as the fintech community and the student community who would be graduating in some time and would be joining the workspace and building products and solutions for the entire ecosystem, to keep watching this space for the next announcement, which is going to happen very, very shortly. And so this is again something that we are passionate about. We want to promote, and Indian fintechs should not only serve or build solutions for India, they should build it for the globe. And it is said that once you build a product or a solution for India, it can really solve for any country in the world. So scalability and other things are automatically get tested when we are building solutions for India. So 2 or 4 things I just like to highlight in the entire our journey towards the digital ecosystem and digital economy. We must, all of us, all stakeholders, including regulators, the fintechs, the solution developers, the ecosystem participants, must strive to maintain the trust in the digital ecosystem. That means not only the customer interface should be good, but it should be frictionless. There should be no cause for error in the first place, or failed transactions, or even if there is a failed transaction, the resolution should be smooth and speedy. And once we have, this is critical to maintain the continued trust that the Indian financial system has witnessed over a period of time. And therefore, once the digital transactions get, citizens get that confidence, they will continue their journey with the digital transactions. We have all seen the success of UPI, and in coming days, you would come to know about other products which are going to transform in India's case, like the ULI, the Unified Lending Interface, the account aggregator framework, which is again spurring innovation across segments, including lending, insurance, and mutual funds. There are also, I would like to say, we have also, as part of our innovation sandbox exercise, we have put in place something called the interoperable regulatory sandbox, where the products which are having features cutting across multiple regulatory sectors, for example, insurance and capital markets. If somebody is developing a product, let's say based on a insurance product, a lending product is built into that. So these kind of products can be tested under the IORS framework, and RBI is the principal coordinator for that. The applications would get received here, and depending on the product feature, they will get passed on to the respective regulator like SEBI or IRDA or PFRDA or IFSCA. So this is probably there is not much awareness about this, but one can really look up to our website to search on the this, and this already enablement has happened since October 2022. So one thing that all of us should be working on, trust. We should be very conscious that while building products and solutions, we should not create something more of a digital divide. Meaning all products should be accessible to even the lowest common denominator or the lowest segments. And that is what is our objective for a country like India, where there are segments which are differently resourced. Another dimension all of us should keep in mind is inclusivity in developing solutions. We should see that the bottom-up pyramid are not neglected. We need not confine ourselves to only building products for the wealthier people or who are better off. These fintech solutions or the technology-based solutions have the capability to bridge this gap, and we should focus on some of those innovations which can be called as more responsible innovation, focus on inclusivity, and focus on the handicap or physically or those challenged persons, the young people. Slowly, I think it is not yet initiated. When you go down to the many apps, we need to really think: are these apps which we are getting built, are they useful to a visually or a challenged person? Are they really, can the use of sound or voice be used for conversational banking? So these are the areas I would like that our future focus should be while we build solutions at scale, build interoperable solutions, and we should also, as the Digital Data Protection Act has come into play, this privacy issues and the way the data is handled, these are going to get more and more difficult. So solution developers and the financial services providers need to be very conscious from now on as to how do we navigate these additional challenges or responsibilities that are getting put on us. So these are some of the thoughts I thought I'll share with you. I'm really happy that Indian Bank has come forward to partner with IIT Madras, two premier institutions in themselves, and taken this initiative forward to foster innovation across the ecosystem. My colleague was there as a part of the evaluation process, and I did gather an input that some of the solutions were creative and very good. I think next stage would be to curate these solutions and take them to the scale through acceleration and providing adequate support to the startups. If it can be done, it will be really nice. And I am pretty much aware that IIT Madras has a IIT Madras Research Park associated with it. I am sure they would also come in play and take forward some of these solutions. And the banks themselves, if they are finding these solutions are good in some respect, they should also have a dedicated fintech interface unit which would provide or taking these solutions forward in a very accelerated manner. What we often get to hear is that the fintechs really do not get an access to the bank's top tier tech teams because they have multiple other priorities. And sometimes these small fintech startups, they face challenges in getting their solutions across to the right set of decision-making people. So it is through this sourcing good solutions through this kind of hackathon process would be a good idea for some of the banks, NBFCs who would take and use these solutions to identify these potential solutions, work with them, nurture them, and support them, and so that they, ultimately get embedded into the work streams. So I would stop here, congratulate once again the winners, also congratulate all others who have participated because it is the spirit of innovation that we are celebrating out here. And thanks to the organizers, thanks to the IIT Madras team and the Indian Bank team once again for taking this forward, and DFS and other institutions who are behind this. This is all of us are need to foster innovation in every sense of it. And I would say that as I always sometimes keep saying, there is always a room for improvement. Rather, I would say there is a lot more room or hall for improvement that is there. We can do much more. How much ever we do, there is always more to be done. So let this be a stepping stone, a beginning, good beginning, and we should see a regular calendar of such events getting scheduled across cities, across institutions, and so that people look forward to this particular annual exercise in some way. And so that this culture of participating, bringing out new solutions to problems is, is going on a continued manner. Thank you very much. I'll stop here. Wish all the participants and other organizations all the best. Pleasure to be here. Wish I could be there in person, but at least happy that the technology enables me in sort of joining you in this. Thank you once again.
At this point, I would like to extend a heartfelt thanks to the RBI fintech department for his important role in this hackathon. The team from RBI fintech department, Mr. Bridesh and Vidya Lakshmi, had been a part of this jury and in the entire process and had been instrumental in making this INNOVISION hackathon a success. We are pleased to have with us Mr. Mahesh Kumar Bajaj, Executive Director of Indian Bank. Mr. Bajaj has been instrumental in driving strategic initiatives at Indian Bank, enhancing operational efficiency and customer service. I invite Mr. Mahesh Kumar Bajaj to deliver his address.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. On the dais, Dr. V. Kamakoti, Director, IIT Madras. Our MD and CEO, Mr. Vinod Kumar. Virtually joined Mr. Suvendu Patiji, Chief General Manager, RBI Fintech Department. Madam Kirti, Joint Director, DFS. Mr. Srinivas Rao, Senior Advisor, IBA. Shri Anuj Kumar, Managing Director, CAMS. Mr. Benjamin, CISO, NPCI. Dr. M. Tenmoy, who is here today, he was our partner here. Faculty and students, press and media, my dear colleagues from Indian Bank. A very warm good evening to all of you. At the outset, I am very thankful to the IIT Madras for partnering with the Indian Bank for this hackathon program, which is we planned a couple of months back. In fact, I was also interacting with my GMs and CGMs who are part of this entire workshops and who were mentors and part of jury. I was really thrilled to know that that was really a lot of enthusiasm was there. Students have participated in big way, and the outcome I'm also eagerly waiting for the prizes and for the outcome, and I assure you the all good solutions will be taken forward with the support of my MD and CEO and my CGM. If I talk about the Indian Bank, Indian Bank was born out of Swadeshi movement in the year 1907, the day of 15th of August, exact 40 years before independence. And in the April 20, another bank, which was the oldest stock company, the Allahabad Bank, which was born in 1865, that got merged in Indian Bank on 1st April 2020. So it was again a bigger bank. Now we are the 7th largest public sector bank, having close to 25,800 touch points with 5,900 branches. We have close to 5,200 ATMs and close to 14,600 BCs. And the business also, the post-amalgamation, when we started the amalgamation process, at that time, Indian Bank was just making a standalone profit of 753 crore. And the Allahabad Bank was not making profit. The first year itself, we made a profit of close to 3,000 crore. And now you see we have the 1 quarter profit is close to 3,000 crore. If you see the last quarter result, it is close to 2,900, and bank has closed total net profit of 10,000 crore in this financial year. Immediately post amalgamation, the first thing, because both the organizations were ready for a change. So what we did actually, we started working on the changes, the transformation. So we went to the board. At that time, I'm from Indian Bank, basically, originally from Indian Bank. We went to the board for a couple of the transformation projects. One was on the digital transformation. The other was on the performance management system. Third was on the operating transformation. Fourth was on the leadership development plan. So we got the approval from the board and we started our digital journey with the project WAVE, Word of Advanced Virtual Experience. And when we started our journey, the first year itself, we started the digital journeys on the asset side and liability side. If I tell you the first year of business, we closed with the 5,200 crore. And the next year in 23 was 5,200, 24 we touched upon almost 82,000 crore business. And last year we again doubled it, 1,62,000 crore through digital channels without using the papers and all. And now our total digital business has crossed 2,54,000 crore. And next year we are projecting close to 2,25,000 crore through the digital channels only. And we have completed more than 120 journeys. And this year we are planning another 37 digital journeys. Let me tell you how Mr. Pati was talking about the ease of the transformation. When we started our first journey, that was PAPL, pre-approved personal loan. We were focusing on so that it can be the easiest journey. We had only 4 clicks, then 30 seconds, the account was getting credited. That was the speed and the number of clicks. That was the UI UX was formed in such a way that we had 4 clicks. That way we started our first journey. When we were talking about the fintechs, after that we started our own, the fintech department, government and fintech department, digital business department separately. And bank has close to 1,65,000 fintechs who are empaneled with Indian Bank. And we are providing various type of solutions with the help of these fintechs to the government department, to the institution, and to the state government, central government, the SNS solution, institutions solutions, hospital, the housing societies, all type of solutions we are providing with the help of these fintechs. If I talk about the ongoing projects which Indian Bank is taking forward, we are going ahead with a more number of journeys on the digital channels. We started our own, the omni-channel app, which is again has the same kind of experience on all channels of access, as we call it as InSmart. So there in InSmart, we have more than 250 functionalities, and we are adding further 30-40 functionalities, which is one of the finest app, if in case you have used. Then we are coming up with our next generation call center on the contact center as a services. We are coming up with the app for our MSME customer, that is InSmart Business. Then cash management services also is one of the ongoing project. We are again working on the new products. As Mr. Patti was talking about the RBI Innovation Hub, we are using their APIs, and we have done last year close to more than 5,000 crore of business and targeting 10,000 crore business for this financial year. For our own employees, we are now started using generative AI. We are having employee assist, so that like ChatGPT, we can find out anything, any queries, any replies. Same way for our own employees, we are working on the employee assist, which is already for the closed user group we have started, and shortly we'll be launching in the month of June. On the CRM solution also, we are coming up with a new age CRM solution for the bank. Same way, all our services now we are migrating on the private cloud. We were having the various applications which on the monolithic platform. Now it is on the microservices. Bank is having these certain projects on even the agentic AI also. 3-4 use cases. The team, which is I was telling, the digital team is working on the use cases on the genetic AI also, agentic AI also, on the call center, on the service branch, as well as on the credit, corporate credit also. Bank is planning to come up with a separate app on the UPI, which is again we have on our InSmart mobile phone, but a separate UPI app is again the idea of our MD and CEO. We are coming up with the new on the digital wealth management services on the app, the InSmart app. Bank is again moving towards, we are spending a good amount of money on rather not spending, I should not use the word spending, we are investing a good amount of money on the digitalization, a separate department again on the digital. We have the chief digital officer from the market. Bank is taking forward the solutions. We are promoting all kind of the solutions which are coming in the market. With this, I want to don't take much of time because all of us are eagerly waiting for the winners. So with that, I again thank the IIT Madras and the students from the IIT Madras who have wholeheartedly participated in this hackathon, and all the best. Let us wait and watch for the new solutions, the scientists, the new innovations from this event, and it will take it forward for the new things, for the new innovations for the country as a whole. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable address. I now invite Professor V. Kamakoti, Director, IIT Madras, who is renowned for his visionary leadership in technology, research, and national cybersecurity initiatives, to share his thoughts with us.
Thank you, friends. A very hearty welcome to IIT Madras campus. At the outset, I thank Indian Bank and CAMPS and the Civil Center here for putting this wonderful hackathon, which has come out at a very real time. As a member of the National Security Advisory Board, two important things are of great concern to us. One is the security of the apps that we make, the security of the money that is, if you ask where is your money, it is in a 32-bit field in a Oracle database, correct? And if somebody goes and makes it negative, you become a pauper. So how do we safeguard it? The second important thing is also about awareness, right? And today, if you look at 90%, 95% of the total attacks are just because people are not aware or not following certain cyber hygiene. I think these two are very important, and I'm sure these hackathons will certainly play a very important role in encouraging youngsters to come out with wonderful software which can be of very interesting use in the area of fintech. So there are three important verticals that I would like to pitch upon here. Number one is, of course, the superior, most important aspect of any app development here should be the data privacy, the data security. And there should be no way by which this data should be leaked out, because this can create multiple type of issues. Today, even people who have access to your data, people who do your credit rating, how secure is your data? How are we basically looking at that personal, what you call as the privacy of that data with respect to your transactions? These are some questions that will come up in a very big way. I think all software that we write, all apps that we write must take privacy and security, privacy of the data in a very, very big way. I think that's number one. Number two, today as we look at, there are a lot of intelligence that we would like to build in the software. And this basically means that we need to incorporate AI in some way. Now, AI on the cloud is going to be a non-scalable version, especially because if you start saying that all the AI activity needs to go to the cloud, that needs an extensive connection, network connection that is needed. And as one of the RBI person rightly put it, it will create what we call as a digital divide or an AI divide, where people who have access to this resource, access to very good networking, can basically have access to these softwares. But at the same time, people who do not have might land up with issues. So there must be a lot of emphasis, if not in this hackathon, but down other hackathons, how to exploit in the subsequent hackathons. I hope you do more. How do you exploit the multi-core systems that are available even in your nominal phones, the CPUs that are available, and some small end GPUs that are available? How do you basically use them to do certain on the device, on the edge, AI processing? I think that will be a very important challenge, and I'm sure we must work on that. So, at least for the inferencing part, where your tool can use the edge to basically do certain part rather than always trying to contact the cloud. So this is second vertical. The third most important aspect of this is we need to start working with open source. It has been very clear that, closed source has maintenance issue, has monopoly, and the democratization, it's not the case, it's never the case that open source will lead to security issues. There will be hundreds of eyes which look into, the code, and there is always a way by which bugs are fixed, malicious codes are eliminated. So it is very, very important that we start building up stacks, start building up apps using open source platform. And I think that's also one very important stress, because that is the way by which the world, as a user, when I'm using a software, I would like to know what it does and what it does not. And I think an open source gives an opportunity for anyone using a software to analyze and find out and give a much more definite answer for this. So that's the third most important point. The fourth important point, as actually rightly pointed out by the RBI person, is that what happens to these startups? Yes, what happened to these ideas, right? Once you create these ideas, there must be a very definite path where they convert, some of these ideas really convert to products, and these products are encouraged in the banking sector among the customers. And artist, they need the first stage for a concert. All these startups need a first purchase order. I hope some of the winners, Indian Bank will give a purchase order and encourage them, right? So that's also very important. So IIT Madras, I'm very happy to tell you that we do a patent a day. We do 1.2 patents a day. So this year we completed our financial year with 417 patents that we have filed. And we have 104 startups, in which only 40% are from IIT, boys and girls. The remaining 60% are from students outside IIT. So we encourage people to come and launch their startups here. We nurture them. We are also happy that one of our startups has become IPO, right, the first of the startup. And down the line, with this type of encouragement, we believe that in next 10 years, we'll have 1 year at least where we start with one IPO a week, right? So that's what we are targeting here. And I'm sure, friends, these are all, when I started as an associate dean in this building, this patent a day, I thought it's going to take several years. But just in 5 years, we were able to make patent a day, and we are continuing second consecutive year. Then I thought I'm lucky with numbers, so we just started Startup Shatam, 100 startups in a year. Within 1 year, we were able to achieve. So I think all that we have to put a lot of effort. And these ideas should not dry out. I think once you have made this idea, we must see how to nurture this and become an excellent product that will be of great importance to the nation. So finally, entire nation depends upon one thing, that's finance. And we must give our best to see that people get the best technology to handle finance, to protect their finance, to invest, and that's a semblance of prosperity for our country. So again, I don't know who are the winners, but congratulations, advance congratulations to the winners. And let us look forward to many more hackathons and also some purchase orders to the startups from Indian Bank. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Kamakoti, for addressing us today. We are privileged to have Mr. Binod Kumar, Managing Director and CEO of Indian Bank, with us. Mr. Kumar has been steering Indian Bank with a forward-looking vision focusing on growth, digital transformation, and enhanced customer service. I now invite Mr. Binod Kumar to deliver his address.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Kamakoti V, Director, IIT Madras, other dignitaries on the dais, friends from Indian Bank, press and media, and the most important, the participants, because of which we are here. Friends, before coming to the main point, I will share real life I have experienced. We were sitting somewhere, and actually it was interview. So a discussion was around failure of the banks, like Bearing Bank failed because of some rogue trader. There are few more examples of the failure of the banks. Then interviewer asked me, do you think anything which can lead collapse of the bank? Then immediately it struck me, yes, there is one area, that is cybersecurity. That may lead to the collapse of the bank. So that is the importance of the cybersecurity, and rightly highlighted by Dr. Kamakoti also. So, and before coming to main points, Dr. Rajeshwar Rao, Deputy Governor RBI, he has given a speech, and normally whenever RBI director or any person from the RBI gives a speech, that is uploaded on the website, particularly DG and Governor. So that is a very good paper. Some of you can go through that also. In that, he has envisioned that there will be time when banking will not be a specific sector. Banking will be one of the participants in the marketplace, and banks providing, as many products will be providing a banking service. So I think maybe not now, but in few years that will happen. I solidly believe this. Because few years back, I am just sharing one example, few years back I just used to imagine, is it possible that all the transactions are done without having money with me? I mean physical cash, not money, physical cash with me. Few years back, around 4 to 5 years back, I used to imagine when UPI has started. And today we can live without physical cash. So this is the journey we have achieved because of the evolvement of the fintechs. And very rightly, the theme of this hackathon is fintech and cybersecurity. So I will be failing in my duty if I don't acknowledge the initiative taken by the DFS and IBA, because of they conceived this idea that such type of hackathon. Actually, this was the idea of our DFS secretary, that such type of innovative things should be done so that some apps, if so many apps are developed in this hackathon also, if something commercialization can be done, that will be a great service to not only the banking, to all the people at large. So that was the idea. I congratulate them for this initiative. And as this idea of fintech, I will spend few minutes on the fintech. So when fintechs started coming up, banks were scared also, because they are eating our share, market share. Then subsequently, when they started coming up, banks also thought we need to be nimble. Unless we match their speed, we may not be there. Maybe it may take some time. So then came collaboration. Now you see the customer convenience, the products every day are coming. That is because of the collaboration with the fintechs. Even at Indian Bank, we have collaboration of around 167 fintechs. And because so many products, so many customer convenience are happening because of the research and research done by the fintech. They have developed the product which we are adopting, and in the process, many fintechs are also growing. So that is the collaborative way, and because of this, banks are also gaining, fintechs are also gaining. Now every day you heard hear about unicorns. In this hackathon, over 30 ideas were submitted for evaluation. 22 in fintech, 11 in cybersecurity domain. From these, 12 fintechs and 9 cybersecurity proposals were shortlisted. And each team was mentored by experts from the Indian Bank at IIT Madras. This collaborative guidance helped in shaping the raw ideas into working prototypes, several of which I am confident are having potential to evolve into commercially viable solutions. And I'm happy to say I will definitely explore the idea of getting some of them, whether if we will explore, if we can, it are useful to us, we will definitely explore getting some of them. So that is the assurance I can give you. And see, this hackathon is not just a contest. It is a platform that aligns with our broader national goal to harness the potential of our youth and to drive Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is also a reminder that India's greatest asset is not just our demographic dividend, but our collective will to innovate. Few of the winners who won, congratulations to them. But those who cannot win, participation itself is a stepping stone for the future success. So you should not be discouraged. You should rather, I will say, it gives more, further drive to, yes, next time I may. So I also congratulate them also for their participation, wholehearted participation. I also express my sincere thanks to the partners at the IIT Madras for their enthusiastic collaboration and for nurturing an ecosystem of innovation. I would also like to thank DFS, RBI, IBA, NPCI, CAMS, and the senior executives of our bank who have participated. As we conclude this event, let me assure you that Indian Bank is dedicated towards the IT initiative. As Mr. Bajaj told you, we have developed in a period of 2 to 3 years around 121 journeys which are being used by our branches for the customer convenience. And in a span of say 1.5 years, our total business figure, as he told you, is around 13 trillion. So out of that, around 2.6 trillion are sourced or done digitally. I have a vision, one day maybe 100% business can be done through the digitally. And it will happen, I tell you, it will happen. Few things I will talk about, and I'm not disclosing, but we are into something. We will, of course, make announcement at the appropriate time. 2-3 things we are coming out with. We'll make a disclosure at the appropriate time, and you will come to know. And we'll be happy to again discuss with you, sir. My interaction with Dr. Kamakoti, let me explain with you. I was also traveling from Mumbai. He was also coming from Mumbai. So we were sitting on the adjacent seats. We talked, introduced, then after having they served breakfast, I went into slumber. And when I saw Dr. Saab was reading the one this research paper. And research paper was not basic, it was beyond my imagination, I could not understand. Then at the end of the journey, he explained me it was actually about the AI. That paper was about the AI, and he was deciphering all these papers. So that is the professors are, it is very difficult to speak in front of professors. A few things I will tell about the Indian Bank. Indian Bank is the 7th largest bank of the country. We have pan-India presence. And of course, in this part of the country, we have major presence. And the strength of the Indian Bank, I will say, because is one of the strength, bank has another equally big bank has been amalgamated with the Indian Bank. So that is the strength Indian Bank has. We have around 97 million customers with the Indian Bank. And if I talk of the efficiency parameter, among, of course, in public sector bank space I am talking, it is one of the best performing bank. In many parameters, better than the private sector banks also, many parameters. But yes, of course, this again gives us bonus and responsibility to work further hard so that we can achieve newer heights. Let us carry forward this spirit of innovision to innovate, not just for innovation's sake, but to elevate the lives of millions through smarter, safer, and more accessible financial solutions. Thank you once again for the opportunity to be part of the inspiring journey. I will just conclude with the last quote of Steve Jobs. Stay hungry, stay foolish. So that was and some professor from IIM, Rasmi or something, she has also written a book, Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish. And if you have great opportunity to go through that book also, that is a very good book. Thank you, Nandri.
Thank you, sir, for your address. Now the moment we have all been waiting for, the prize distribution ceremony. And for the prize distribution ceremony, I invite Ms. Shanti, DGM IB, to announce the winners.
So very good evening to everyone. So thrilling moment is going to reveal. So the students, so be ready to get your award. So we have two domains here, the fintech and cybersecurity. So in the fintech domain, let us call the consolation prize winners. The team is, any guess? Increasing your heartbeat today? Okay, I'll announce. Twist. Mr. Praveen, Mr. Siddhartha, Mr. Tanish, Mr. Pranav. I request Mr. Professor V. Kamakoti, sir, and Mr. Binod Kumar, MD and CEO, sir, for Indian Bank to honor the winners. And also I request Mr. Deepak Sarda, sir, and Sujit Dev, sir, to join for felicitating the winners, and other dignitaries from the dais, please join for felicitation. Mentors, Mr. Prashant Kumar Singh from Indian Bank, please join for the felicitation. So congratulations, winners. You can give mic for them to speak. So in the fintech, the second runner-up, Deep Hackers. Mr. Akula, Mr. Vamsi, Mr. Karthik, Mr. Hardik. Supported by the mentor, Mr. Vivek Bingani, if it is available. So congratulations. Let's give a big round of applause. So how they got this award? How they got this prize? Let's have a small video presented by the teams here. We see how this hackathon is being carried out and the experience, the technology being used to give the problem statement being addressed. Let's have the video, please. Video is playing. Okay, so let's go for the next, first runner-up. The team is Invictus, Mr. Anmol, Mr. Anshuman, Mr. Davesh, Mr. Kautab. It's mentored by Mr. Kamalakannan from Indian Bank. Please join us in the stage. please play the video of the winners. Okay, the winner of the fintech domain is 221B. Mr. Aksh, Ashwin, Arya, and Ishita is mentored by Mr. Chandan. Congratulations, team. Please join us on the stage. Yeah. Mr. Aksh, Mr. Ashwin, Mr. Arya, Ms. Ishita. The team, we love to hear from you. Can you share your experience, the technology, what you have used, how you have addressed the problem statement? We love to hear from you, your experience, how you have done. Can you please share a few words about that? Would you like to come here? Please come.
Good evening, everyone here. I am truly at a loss of words here, actually speaking. At the beginning of this hackathon, about 2 months back, we had no clue we'd even reach here, honestly. But we've been through the thick of it. We've been through ups and downs. We were clueless at some stages. But thankfully, my teammates and our mentor came in clutch here. It's been a lovely experience. We are very grateful for this opportunity. And thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Chandan, please share your experience.
Thank you. Thanks for organizing this team and calling us the winner. That was a great experience. So this team basically, at some point of time, we were in need of what to be done. And luckily, just few days back, when I got connected to them, we got to listen to some ideas related to zero knowledge protocol and zero knowledge verification. And we tried inputting that into the application that we were looking at. And I would really say that within a time span of 15 to 20 days of coming from a concept and making it a solution, workable solution, which can be presented to a forum of people coming from RBI and NPCI, from a concept to development in just 15 days, this team did it. I just happened to give some concepts to them and try to say, hey, this is the right direction you have to follow. And I was really proud that they followed that within just a small period of time. We tried to, add new features like, we have this digital arrest thing going on pretty dominant these days. So can we have a panic button in one of the applications which can just tell that person, hey, you're doing something, do you want to stop all your banking transactions? And this team did that in like 15, 20 days, what I said. Whatever features we could think of, whatever features we could explore, they did it on the ground within such a small time and did very impressively. The UI that they came up with was excellent. So it was a very good team effort by them. I happened to give some guidelines, but they did a fantastic job. And I think they are the real winners for this. Thanks, jury, and thanks everybody for supporting us. Thanks to the team and thanks everybody. Yeah, bye.
Thank you, Mr. Chandan. Yeah, their video is here. So, yes, next let's go to the cybersecurity domain. The consolation prize goes to the team Trishul. Mr. Gurijala, Mr. Harish, Mr. Sanil, mentored by Mr. Kannan. The team Trishul is on the dais. Yeah, Mr. Kannan, please join. Next, the second runner-up, it goes to Script Kiddies. Mr. Arivoli Ramamurthy, Ms. Prashiktita Gupta, Mr. Abhinav. Mentored by Mr. Shrikant. Congratulations, team. The first runner-up goes to the team Paperclip. Mr. Vishal, Ms. Samutra Lakshmi, Mr. Mohammad Rizwan, mentored by Mr. Kumar. Let's give a big round of applause. Would you like to share some words? Congratulations, team. The first prize goes to the final, the team Simpson. Mr. Nitin, Ms. Nidhi, Mr. Venkatraman, Ms. Shruti, mentored by Ms. Vanita Bhaskaran. In the domain cybersecurity. So well done, team. We'd like to hear a few words from you.
Good evening, everyone. This is really very surprising, and we have done a lot of work and hard work the past 2 months, and this is really very rewarding. And without with the help of our mentor, all our teammates, this is what we were able to achieve, and we are very thankful. I'm actually lost of words. Thank you very much for this. Thank you.
So we have a special recognition also under the category All Women. So we have the girls team here as well, and the recognition goes to Wall Street Walls. Ms. Mahati, Ms. Harshita, Ms. Indu, Ms. Divya Suprita in the fintech domain. Mentor by Ms. Dibolina. Congratulations, team. So I request all the participants who present here also, please join us in the stage. All the other participants in the Hackathon series, please join us in the stage. Which teams are here? Alpha Squad and FinShield, if you are present here, please join. So congratulations to the team. The other participants are not here. We'll be giving you the participation certificate. It can be collected offline. The winner certificates also is here. Please collect it offline. Thank you. So I thank all the dignitaries for honoring the winners. So please take your seat. Thank you.
As a token of our appreciation and gratitude, we now present mementos to our distinguished guests who graced this occasion and lend their invaluable support. I would request Professor Tenmuri to come forward and please honor our guests. I first invite Mr. Anuj Kumar to kindly receive the memento. I now request Mr. Benjamin Ambrose to accept the memento. I invite Mr. Srinivas Rao to kindly come forward to receive the memento. I request Ms. Kirti to accept the memento as a token of our gratitude. I now request Professor V. Kamakoti to come forward and accept the memento. I request Mr. Binod Kumar to please come forward and accept our token of memento. To bring this evening to a graceful... I request Mr. Mahesh Kumar Bajaj, Executive Director, Indian Bank. To bring this evening to a graceful close, I invite Mr. Manish Kumar, General Manager of Indian Bank, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. Respected our beloved MD and CEO Indian Bank, Sri Binod Kumar sir, Professor Kamakoti, Director IIT Madras, Sri Mahesh Kumar Bajaj sir, Executive Director Indian Bank, Sri Suvinder Pati, who has joined virtually, CGM RBI, Madam Kirti, Joint Director DFS, Sri Srinivas Rao, Senior Advisor IBA, Sri Benjamin Ambrose, CISO NPCI, Sri Anuj Kumar, Managing Director CAMS, and Professor M. Tanmoli. Indeed, it's a proud evening for Indian Bank and IIT Madras, who have come together and collaborated for successful completion of this prestigious grand finale of Innovation Hackathon. As we are coming towards the end of this exhilarating hackathon, I feel very happy and privileged to express vote of thanks and our deep gratitude to everyone who have made this event resounding success. First, I would like to thank DFS for coming forward with this concept of PSB Hackathon series and brainchild of our Secretary DFS for the benefit of society and the digital India. Kirti Madam, who has been the front foot and guided a great way in scheduling and conducting this hackathon. She has facilitated the exchange of ideas among PSBs and brought a proper structure for the whole hackathon. Madam, we are the, as you know, the second public sector bank who have conducted this PSB Hackathon series. And it's the ideas which you have brought and the guidance which you have given with regard to the hackathon and the vision of the DFS in this regard is really wonderful, and we look forward to go forward into it. As DFS, IBA, a very great partner, and played an equally important role in making this hackathon a grand success. The IBA team under the leadership of Sri Srinivas Rao is instrumental in bringing the banks together for this noble initiative. I take this opportunity to thank him and IBA team for all the support provided to us and for coordinating with all the PSBs in finalizing the problem statements for each public sector banks. After this communication of the PSB Hackathon series from the DFS and the IBA in the initial meeting, our first challenge was to identify a suitable educational institutes to partner with. Obviously, the first name that came to our mind was IIT Madras. It is always an honor for us to partner with a premier institute like IIT. When we approached Department of Management Studies of IIT Madras with a request to partner for the Innovation Hackathon, the response was overwhelming. The experience of the IIT team in conducting similar hackathons events in the past has helped us in a big way in achieving every milestone of the process. I wish to express my sincere gratitude to Director IIT Madras, Professor Kamakoti, Dr. Tanmuli, and the entire IIT team for their abundant support and hospitality. With regard to our bank, as we know, we are done a lot, and our MD, CEO, and executive directors have always stood with us for providing necessary guidance and support for successful completion of the hackathon event. Without their leadership and guidance, it would not have been possible to complete the hackathon within the timeline committed to the DFS. I thank our MD and CEO, Sri Binod Kumar sir, for really giving a vision with regard to how the digital transactions is going to come forward, where he has expressed that 100% of the transaction will form in the digital way. And our ED, Mahesh Kumar Bajaj sir, who is going to superannuate in the next month, and we can say that he is the father of digital transformation of Indian Bank is concerned. As many of us know, it was the Reserve Bank of India who started conducting hackathons in the banking and payment landscape and showed the path. RBI has been conducting global hackathon from 2021 onwards and part of their fintech initiative. They have implemented a regulatory sandbox in 2019 in a control environment, and which has enabled fintechs and innovators to live test their innovations. Indian Bank is also a beneficiary of the various fintech initiatives undertaken by RBI. Today, we also had the privilege of hearing Sri Suvendu Pati sir, CGM RBI. Thank you, sir, for joining us today virtually and enriching the program with your keynote address. Indian Bank has a long-standing relations with NPCI. NPCI has courteous enough to support the bank and IIT Madras for the evaluation of the ideas submitted by the participants of INNOVISION Hackathon. Thank you, Sri Benjamin Ambrose sir, CISO NPCI, for the support and for delivering the keynote address. I am happy to note that IIT Madras had collaborated with Computer Age Management Camps to set up FinTech Innovation Lab here. The civil team have done a great job and coordinated well with the participants and other stakeholders. I express my gratitude to Sri Anuj Kumar, Managing Director Camps, for all the contributions from Camps towards the success of Innovation Hackathon. We are immensely grateful to our esteemed jury members of both the themes of cybersecurity and fintech, who evaluated the ideas and prototypes of the participants on 21st April 2025. Your expertise and dedication in evaluating the innovative solution presented by our participants had been invaluable. Thank you for lending us your precious time and experience. And of course, the heart of the hackathon are our participants. Your passion, creativity, and hard work have been truly remarkable. We have seen that during the presentation ceremony, after completing the examination, people have rushed and given their presentation. So that was the time schedule, that was the commitment, and they have come and demonstrated with great confidence and leadership. We can definitely say our future is much, much secure with the people from these type of institutes. So whether you walk with a trophy or not, each of you is a winner for daring to innovate and pushing boundaries. Thank you very much for the participation and congratulations to the winners. And as Kirti Madam has informed, that the Global FinTech Hackathon is your next journey for the winners. And it will really be a great encouragement for all of you to further innovate. My special mention to all the press and media persons present for covering this entire event. My special thanks to all the mentors from the IIT and Indian Bank who have guided all the participants. Your wisdom helps shape ideas into real and workable solutions. I also extend my sincere gratitude to the organizers and volunteers of the event, both from Indian Bank and from the IIT side, and also those who have contributed for the success for the event. Thanks a ton for the tireless effort. Before I conclude, I would like to thank all the students, faculty, and other staff members of IIT Madras, my colleagues from Indian Bank, and all other guests for coming here and becoming part of this memorable event. Thank you once again. Now I request the guests to join for the dinner in the adjacent hall. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, national. Just wait. Sorry, national anthem, please. I request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I request everyone here to please join us for the dinner at the main dining hall.
My son is here, just wanted to shake hands.